Welcome guys back to the second part of the snapped timing chain Mazda video. So as you can see, the timing side of the engine is cleaned. This is how clean we get them. Also the lighting is better now because I just picked up this Milwaukee tower light. I already put back the oil pump and the balancer unit, and I replaced the strainer as well. So if you want to know the torque specs for the bolts for the oil pump, you have two 10mm bolts, one here, one there. That's supposed to be 25 Newton meters, and then the 30mm bolts, four you have. Those supposed to be like 20. So those supposed to be first round 25 Newton meters in a star pattern or like a square pattern, then another 35 Newton meters, so 25 first and then 35 first. And now I'm going to set the timing. I say you can't mess it up, but we've seen already that if you try hard you can achieve everything. Someone was like, the timing was out because the balancer unit wasn't put back, or the oil pump slash balancer unit wasn't put back in time on one particular engine, and it was shaking all the rev range. And also, if you can see this, here is a little trick. So the engine is not supported from the top. We've seen that in Buzz Meredith's video. He uses a piece of wood, a 2x4, but we are using a rubber block from my quick jack between the control arm and the drive shaft, and the engine is supported on that, and we don't need to support it from underneath from the top. It's quite handy when you're doing the timing chain jobs. So now I'm going to install the timing chain kit, which is here. But before I'm going to tell you about that, let me tell you, because someone asked me privately how we did remove that broken or sheared off bolt. So basically, because it is not a too big bolt and it's like only torqued down to 10 Newton meters, it was fairly easy. So how I've done it, I center punched it. It wasn't into the true center, but it worked. Then I drilled it with like a small drill bit. I believe that 3.5, maybe 4, I'm not sure. And then I used a bolt extractor set. First I tried with a hex one. It undone it halfway, and then I carried out with this one. So that's how we removed it. To be honest, this is the first time it worked. Usually they don't work, but because the bolt was so small, it worked. And now to the timing chain kit. It is always well packaged. So here you can see the sprocket for the camshaft, the sprockets for the crankshaft. So this is for the oil pump, and then you have two for the crankshaft. What you need to make sure of is that the engine is at the top dead center, which in my case it is not, because that ridge here, or where the woodruff key goes, is supposed to be pointing to 12 o'clock direction. So I need to turn a little bit the crankshaft, and also the oil pump is actually in good position. So now I just can put on the sprocket. That I will need to turn a little bit, but no need to worry if it's not turned, because the chain is marked. It has marked chain links. So on the crankshaft, sorry, on the oil pump sprocket, you see 3 dots. That's where the 3 marked chain links go. And on the top, there are 2 marked chain links, which matches the sprocket on the crankshaft. And also the bearings, if someone wants to know, I replaced the bearings on this one. You need a 12mm E-torque socket for the journal cap, and then just replace the bearing. If there will be interest, I may record a video of it, how to do it. Let me show you the bearings, how they look like. So here there are. The owner was quite lucky because he didn't damage the crankshaft. And now let me show you Dan's progress. He already put back the timing chain, I believe. He's ahead of me. So basically that's what I'm going to do. I can see he already put back everything. He's just struggling with the chain because he didn't go in the proper order, and now he can't put on the timing chain to the crankshaft. He'll need to undo the tensioner, which is not installed, so he may be lucky he can put it on. Here it is how he cleaned that CX5. So once I put back the timing chain, I'll show you how it looks like on my one, on the 6 series. So my timing chain is on as well. The bottom part is tightened, so this bolt, this one is still missing. The tensioner tightened to 10 Newton meters, another 10 Newton meters, this small guide 10 Newton meters, and that guide is 25 Newton meters. Both bolts still need to tighten the top crankshaft sprocket, which you can see there. And what I need to do, before I go further, let me tell you how I tightened it. You can do it 2 ways or 3 ways. Either you have the proper tool for it, which goes in here, and then you tighten it that way, or you put on the crankshaft pulley, hold it with the pulley holding tool, or someone is holding for you, and then you tighten it, or the way we done it, because the oil pan is off. So we wedged a hammer or something, like something soft, in between the crankshaft or the crankshaft lobe and the cylinder block, and I could tighten it. So that's how I tightened it. And now the rest of the parts, I just need to clean them. So I need to clean the timing cover, the oil pan, put them back, and I think that's going to be it for today. Maybe I'm going to put back the valve cover, I'm not sure. Then is it the same? I caught up to him, so he's spinning the engine. He tightened everything down. So the camshaft bolt was this one, the top one, which I meant. That needs to be tightened, the 130 as well. How you tighten it? It's easy when the timing cover is off and the ECU is off. So basically, here's a hexagonal thingy which you can grab on with a 23mm spanner. Tighten it to 130 Newton meters, and you're good to go. Yeah, so now let me first clean the oil pan and the timing cover, and then fit them back to the car. So Dan has finished with the CX5 with the carbon cleaning, which I'll show you the results in a bit. In the meanwhile, I have put back the Mazda 6 with the snapped timing chain. Now I'm going to take it for a test drive. There's another one, CX5, which needs to be test driven. So I'm going to do both, not the same time, obviously, one by after each other. So first the 6, then the CX5. Another Mazda 6 came for carbon cleaning and valve cover or exhaust camshaft inspection, but it has another fault codes present. So I'm going to do a diagnosis, a test on it, which I'll show you on the video. And in behind me, I have a Mazda 3 with a head gasket failure. The engine is already out of the car, and there will be a video of that. Like, I'm not saying like 100% tutorial video how to do it. I can tell how to remove the engine and show you how to remove the bits and replace the valve cover, the cylinder head and other parts. But now let me switch the camera and show you the results of the carbon cleaning of the CX5, then take the Mazda 6 for test drive and check everything and let you know the outcome. So here we are. Let me shine a light there. You can even see the valves. Obviously the mating surface will be touched up. And now let me stick down a bore scope to the intake port so that you can see that too. So here it is. This is how clean we get them. The intake ports with the walnut blasting. method. I believe this is the most effective and the best one and the quickest one. Obviously you can do it the chemical way, but I've been there, trust me, it's way too dirty. Again, you can do it at home if you don't have a walnut blasting machine, obviously, but yeah, in my opinion, this is the best method. So I'm back from the test drive of that Mazda 6. Everything is fine. I still need to connect it to the diagnostic tools, but it doesn't make any unusual sound or noise. It drives smooth and quiet. What we are going to do, we're going to do the timing reset or timing chain reset procedure, because that it's needed to do after the timing chain. And I already forget that like 2-3 times. It's fairly easy, so let me get out of the car and show you what you need to do and how to do it, and then I'll connect the scan tool, check the live data, and after that, once Dan is finished with the Mazda CX-5, we're going to put this on the ramp, check it from underneath, and then we can give it back to the customer. So the procedure is the following. The engine has to be up to the temperature, and you need to use the service area service plug from the fuse box, which is here, that one, and you need to short it to the negative, so, and keep it there. So Dan is doing it, and someone from inside needs to press the brake pedal 5 times, which it will be me. So 5 times in short period of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you can see, the glow plug light is on. It will flash 5 times, and after 5 times it flashed, it is done. 2, 3, 4, 5, and it should be it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that was the 5th one. So now you know it is done, it is carried out, and if that stays on, the glow plug light, there is some problem with the car which you need to address. So the reason why you need to do that timing chain reset procedure, as it may throw up a fault code or like a triangle vehicle inspection light after the replacement, or if you don't reset it, it will not necessarily give you a code straight after. It can last a year. It happened to me as well. So a client just came back, it had the fault code. It will trigger the P1336 fault code, the cam and crankshaft correlation error. And usually, obviously, if the timing chain replacement has been done or carried out and the reset hasn't been, then it's that, so I need to reset it. So I reset it for him and it's gone. And now let me check the live data. The most important at the moment I want to check is the oil pressure, which is here somewhere. Yeah, so engine oil temperature is 94 degrees. If I rev it to 2000, it is already in that safe mode, so that is working properly. Yeah, I will check that when the oil will be like a little bit cooler, so below 80 I will check that again. But assume if it is working when it is high temp, it should be working when it is at lower temperatures. DPF seems good at idle. Let's check the injectors. Yeah, the corrections of the injectors are fine too. We can check when was the DPF region done last time and how filled it is. It is not too filled, and the last region was done 70 kilometers ago, so I assume, I know the DPS was cleaned on this car, so it worked properly. The car looks good to me, so what I need to do, I just need to wait it cools down and then recheck the oil pressure again, and then get it to the ramps, check for leaks, and then if everything is fine, you can give it back to the owner.